What's up guys, welcome back to the channel on this Victory Monday. Yep, that's right, yesterday the Jets beat the Tennessee Titans 27-24 in overtime. Zach Wilson finished 21 of 34 with 297 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. After last week's clunker against the Broncos, this week was much more exciting, and we got to see much more of Zach Wilson making some exciting plays that we are so familiar with him making at BYU and why he was drafted number 2 overall in the recent NFL draft. Now, the game didn't start as exciting as it finished. In fact, the first quarter was pretty rough. The Jets couldn't get much going and they were shut out in the first quarter. Zach Wilson also threw an interception, but it was not his fault. Unfortunately, Corey Davis slipped on the route and it went right to Christian Fulton. The Titans were able to capitalize on Zach Wilson's interception, scoring a field goal to put them up 9-0. However, it was at this point that things started clicking a little bit for the Jets. Zach Wilson made a nice throw to Corey Davis to complete a first down, and then he would go on to complete his next 4 passes. So that was 5 completions in a row, capped off by a Michael Carter touchdown run, which was their first touchdown since week 1. I think this drive kind of gave the Jets a little bit of confidence. Zach Wilson was able to string some completions together, and the Jets went into the locker room down 9-7. Things started getting more exciting in the second half when Zach Wilson scrambled out to his right and threw an off-balance throw 54 yards down the field to Keelan Cole. This play, honestly, was the turning point in the game, in my opinion. It electrified the crowd, and I think it gave the offense a lot of confidence, especially Zach Wilson, to kind of loosen up, settle into the game, and just play football. At the end of this drive, the Jets kicked a field goal to put them up 10-9 and give them their first lead of the season. Then the Titans were able to answer. They drove down the field with a heavy dose of Derrick Henry, and Henry ran it in, and then the Titans converted the 2-point conversion with a pass from Ryan Tannehill to go up 17-10. However, the Jets were now in rhythm. Zach Wilson led the Jets back up the field. He had a couple of nice throws. In particular, there's the one when he dropped the snap and then he was able to pick it up and find Jamison Crowder over on the left sideline for about 29-yard gain, I believe. It's funny, Zach Wilson was saying in the post-game press conference that the reason why he dropped the ball is because he knew it was about to be a huge play. He was able to read the defense, see where they were standing, and he knew that it was either going to be a big play for Jamison Crowder or for Corey Davis. But based on where the safety was standing, he knew that it was going to be Crowder that was open. And so that's why he dropped the snap, because he was a little antsy, a little excited. But he was able to get it off and complete the pass to Crowder. And then the Jets would later go on to score on that drive with a pass from Zach Wilson to Jamison Crowder. And so now Zach Wilson was really feeling it. He had a lot of confidence, so much so that on the very first play of their next drive, he scrambled out to the right and threw a 54-yard touchdown pass to Corey Davis. This play was awesome because you saw him scramble out to the right, and then you saw him kind of point down the field, tell Corey Davis to go deep because the safety had come up, and then he just dropped a perfect pass right in Corey Davis's arms, and this put the Jets up 24-17. Then the Jets defense was able to get a stop, and the Jets offense got the ball back. They ran the ball a lot, trying to run off some clock, but eventually they were forced to pass on 3rd and 10, and Zach Wilson had Corey Davis wide open, but unfortunately he overthrew him, and the Jets had to punt and give the ball back to Tennessee. Tennessee had about 2 minutes left at this point. They were able to go the length of the field and score a touchdown to force overtime. In overtime, the Jets offense continued clicking. There were some great plays by Zach, especially one where he had the defense right in his face and he threw a perfect pass down the sideline to Keelan Cole, who was able to drag his foot and stay in bounds. The Jets were able to make it all the way down to the 1-yard line and were threatening to score a touchdown which would win them the game. But unfortunately, they stalled at the 1-yard line and were not able to score a touchdown. They had to kick a field goal. So down at the 1-yard line, there's one play in particular where the Jets really should have scored. Zach Wilson had Ryan Griffin and Corey Davis both open. He opted to go with Griffin, and unfortunately he threw it at Griffin's feet, and so he was not able to complete the pass. And then on the next play, Zach Wilson was tackled for a 5-yard loss after he tried to run it in. So the Jets kicked a field goal to go up 27-24 and gave the ball back to the Titans. The Titans went down the field, got within field goal range, kicked a field goal, but ended up missing it wide left, and the Jets were able to get their first win of the season. So This was a really good game, a lot of things to learn from for Zach Wilson and the Jets. In particular, when Zach Wilson overthrew Corey Davis in the fourth quarter, that's a throw he's got to make. He's got to make it better, because if he completes that pass to Corey Davis, then the game is pretty much over. There was only 2 minutes left. The Jets would have had a first down. They could have run it a few more times. And even if the drive did end up stalling, the Titans would have had much less time than they did. And then again, in overtime, when Zach Wilson missed on the throw to Ryan Griffin, if that throw is a little better, the game's over right there, and the Titans don't even get the ball. Now, Zach Wilson realized this in the post-game press conference. He talked about it. He said he was kind of beating himself up a little bit over those throws. He was happy for the win, but that there was still a lot to learn from it. All right, now for a couple of stats. So, on Zach Wilson's touchdown pass to Corey Davis, the pass traveled 56.8 yards in the air, which is the longest completion by a Jets quarterback in the last 5 seasons. It was also Zach Wilson's second 50-plus yard completion of the game. It's the first time since 2018 that the Jets had 2 50-yard plays in the same game, and the first time since 2014 that they had 2 50-plus yard passes in the same game. Overall, this game was much better. I think it was their best game of the season, obviously, since they got the win, but the offensive line did a much better job. Zach Wilson had more time to throw. Also, Zach tends to do better when he is not in the pocket. A lot of those throws that he made were when he was running out to his right or running out to his left. You saw this with the touchdown pass to Corey Davis, with the 50-plus yard pass to Keelan Cole. Also on the pass when he dropped a snap and then he threw it to Crowder, he was kind of running out to his left. And you also saw that the touchdown pass he had in week 1 against Carolina, the first one to Corey Davis, that was another one where Zach Wilson was running out to his right-hand side and then kind of threw an off-balance throw to Corey Davis. So he tends to do better in those situations, but I think he also improved as a pocket passer in this game, because there were several plays. One in particular, the one in overtime that he threw to Keelan Cole, he stood solid in the pocket, waited as the defender was right in his face, and he was still able to complete the pass. Also, as evidence that the offensive line did a better job, he only was sacked 1 time, which is a relief, honestly, because he was sacked 15 times in the first 3 games. Also, I think we learned an important lesson, that you can't label someone a bust after just 3 games, but on the flip side, you can't label him the next Mahomes after just 1 good game. Zach Wilson talked about this in the press conference. When he was asked if this was a turning point for the Jets, he said, well, yes, it's a step in the right direction, but the Jets have not necessarily arrived at this point. There's a lot of good things that happen in the game, but there's also a lot of things they can learn from to get better next week and the week after and the week after that. But I really enjoyed watching this game. It's fun to watch Zach just dropping dimes all over the field, and I hope that this continues next week against the Falcons. That game will be played in London, so we'll see if that affects the Jets at all, having to take an overseas flight, but I'm excited to see how that game goes. Alright, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to let me know down below, and also by giving a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next time.